I got involved with Ohio State a couple years ago when I reached out to the coaching staff about doing kind of a placement type thing, and I called a couple schools, and Pete Hansen, I was lucky enough, to give me a call, and he said, "What do you want to get out of this?" And I said, "I want to learn from the best programs and this and that." And he said, "Well, come down for the camp and see what you got," and just so I wasn't some kid walking off the street. And I did well at the camp, and he offered me kind of an assistant coaching spot, and so the rest was history. So I'm involved with player analysis, um, constructing practice plans, things like that. So anything I can do number wise, and seeing everything from the back room all the way forward. Yeah, it's exciting. Well, it's the level of play isn't necessarily what got me prepared. It's more, what the coaching staff has done for me, and how they treat their athletes in a way to give you confidence, to take on bigger roles that aren't at the college level. So I was fortunate enough to have a brand new coach at the time who happened to be a setter, which was my position. I ended up having an alumni come back to help coach who ended up being a setter. So I had a lot of influences, a lot of help that I got along the way, and that made me extremely confident pursuing what I wanted to do. Yeah.
True.
It's you have to believe it to see it. The culture that they have down there isn't it's hard to imagine unless you actually see it. I mean, football is a big sport down there, and it kind of runs the whole city. And if you live in Columbus or Ohio, period, you're a Buckeye fan. That's just how it is. And it's not that we can't have it here, it's just that's how it is there. Everywhere you go, whether you think you're in a city that's owned by the school, you're in your own city, you're in your own place just for athletes, just for the students. It's overwhelming at first, but you get comfortable pretty quick. I try to stay. I mean, all my friends are here. I mean, I wasn't totally isolated from everyone, but I try to stay in the loop as much as I can. I playing here, I try to keep tabs on how the team's doing still, men and women's, and I talk closely with Tony, the coach of the women's program, and George was actually one of my coaches when I was here, to Hinchy. So I keep tabs on everything that's going on here. I miss it, but I get to come back for a good amount of time.